Hey, it's the Chief Bonding with Board Games and RPGs. We're going to talk about what this show has really been doing lately, which is what I call exploratory story. What in the heck is exploratory story? It is sometimes the live show of Maze Rats, which I did, which they're live, unedited, run about an hour. A little long, I know, but it's all putting things together on the fly and not knowing what the story is. It's GM-less, using the systems, using Mythic Emulator, which I've done a 3-part explain and review on, by the way. Now, I do other shows as well, which you can go look at my playlist and we'll talk about a little bit. Then we'll come back and talk about KNAVE, the live show that's getting ready to drop. I'm going to drop this book one more time. We'll see what happens. But I have multiple shows on my playlist that you can go check out. So one, exploratory story is while you're watching, not only do you not know where it's going to go, but I don't know where it's going to go. I'm taking my prompts from both the system I'm playing and the Mythic emulator that I'm using to assist as an oracle as I play. You can see I've got one, Death in Space. What I'm kind of doing, or what I am doing with this exploratory story, is I'll put out like a first episode. And I would like to return to it someday, but the viewership's okay. But I also have a lot of other projects going on, which is how my brain works. So exploratory story in space. Walking Dead, I did or am doing a co-op with my best friend, again, using Mythic Emulator. We drop in, he'd never played role-playing games before, brought him in, and we explore that story together as it evolves. Twilight 2000, again, look at my playlist. They'll have them all listed out. Twilight 2000 is apocalypse in Europe, and your U.S. troops generally, but you can be anything, just trying to, well, in the 80s, I was just trying to get back home. In this game, we've got a sociopath named Kanan C that's trying to, let's just say, live his psychopathic dream. Check out Twilight Struggle. Blade Runner, probably my most, not probably, the most watched show I did, because I used the Mythic Mystery part of the emulator and used my Blade Runner as he tracked down a mystery that evolved. You can do mysteries with Mythic. Not on the show, but off the show, my mom and I are actually playing Tales from the Loop. Kids on bikes, mysteries, it's working phenomenally. But let's come back to KNAVE. So again, some of you know I did a very long series, every other week, Maze Rats Live. But coming in September of 2024, we're going to start a live KNAVE 2E. I even debated calling it live KNAVE Rats. Maybe I'll do that. But Never Fear 1911 also let me know that there is an actual mod called KNAVE Rats. So I don't want to confuse because I'm not using the mod. We'll be using Ben Milton's KNAVE system. It's a 20-sided die. It is slimmed down. I have the collector's book, which I got off Kickstarter, but basically there's the general rules. You then have some delving rules and some things in the back, and tons of tables. Percentile 100 die roll tables that will help you flesh out the game as you go. And the magic system in here is awesome. It's wild magic. You never know what the spell book you're going to have is. You use it once and it's gone. You can get more spell books, but they're always random. And we're going to play it that way. I love how the prompts work for magic, because it will give you an idea and then you kind of explain the picture of that idea, and then maybe you got to know the strength of it, maybe the duration of it. I'll give you an example. One of my players, I have a West Marches Maze Rats live group. She got, I think it was like Stone and I can't remember, Living or Golem or something, Stone Golem. Well, she enacted it, and I said, well, you're going to have to see, is this a little fella or is this some giant? Well, she got a 6. On a 6-sided die roll, big. Then it was duration. How many rounds of combat before this stone golem devolves back into stone? Little did she know she had 5 rounds on a 6-sided die roll. But the stone golem came in cleaned house, and she was so afraid of it, she actually had it march off of a chasm and fall and disappear away so it didn't turn on them. But that all came from Wild Magic and Maze Rats. So coming very soon, we'll be doing KNAVE live. Look for that. They're recorded live, but then they're able to be watched perpetuity. You can go in and watch my Maze Rats, which keeps climbing. People are finding it now, and it keeps going on and on and on. The growth is doing great. So again, check out my playlist. What I'm doing here is what I call exploratory story. And I'm going to be using that term a little more because it's a small niche group of folks that like this type of RPGing, and I think it's going to grow. It's that mix of RPG, improv, storytelling, GMing on the fly. It's all of that mixed into one. And for me and the tables I play in, both live and when I'm filming, it's exciting. So, exploratory story. It's what we're going to be doing here on Bonding with Board Games and RPGs. It's Bart, or the Chief. See you guys. Bye.